All right, good afternoon, everyone. We are going to start the live stream in about a minute or two. I'm just going live. If you have any questions, as always, drop them in the live chat on YouTube. Otherwise, we are going to go over some high level updates and also some progress that I had in the past couple of days. So I'm going to start in a couple of minutes. Stay tuned. Right, let's start. So we have some updates. I'm not sure if I mentioned it in the last live call. This is now only rolled out in my paid school community, but I updated all the basic and advanced MetaEd courses. So I made an announcement yesterday that I reworked all the courses. And if we go inside the classroom, here are the MetaEd basics. So I updated the business manager setup, ad copy, ad design, so everything's up to date for 2026. I figured with all the updates, the Andromeda changes, the AI updates we had in the last 8 to 12 months, it was really important to update these. I refreshed the naming convention video as well, and I also added a new video for the column setup, because most of the advertisers, whenever I do a screen share, an ad account audit, they are inside the ad account and then they are looking at the basic data that's showing only performance. So I figured this would be helpful to track the correct KPIs. And I even have a written description if you can't watch the videos. And then also there's an advanced section with the system to find winning ads, partnership ads, post IDs, everything's updated. So I think these will be helpful. And these are also using my new setup, new microphone, new camera. So it's going to be a much better viewing experience as well. Now, if we skip from the school group, we also achieved inside the free school group over 720 members, and you see we have over 12 requests pending. So the group is growing like crazy. And we also had a huge announcement last week. We are actually the #2 MetaEds community if you search on school. And we are also the #1 English speaking community, because the first one is in Spanish and then the other one is in German. So we are right between them in the middle. So even the SEO is quite nice. So that's some updates that I had. Next, I have some updates for the high level. So if you go to the automation, I'm actually building a couple of workflows that you can reuse later. So if I go into my workflows, I'm building new leads section, which is going to look like this. I'm going to make this into a separate snapshot, and then you can reuse this for your campaigns. Basically, the trigger is going to be a Facebook lead form submission, and we are going to update contact fields, add tag. Now the contact field is also going to have the contact source. So if they are not from ads, but maybe they are from Google search, you'll see everything. And then you'll also get an internal notification and lots of conditions. For example, call booked, or if they don't book a call, then I'm going to send a conversation AI, and the AI is going to follow up, sending them a text message. And then again, I have some conditions. If they respond to the condition, if they respond to the SMS, and book a call, then they are going to exit the workflow. Or if they still don't book a call after the follow-up, I'm going to send an email follow-up as well. So this took lots of preparation. I had to verify the phone numbers, lots of email address verification. So I think once I make it into a snapshot, it's going to save you tons of time. So that's an update that you'll see coming. And then I also now created a new landing page for GoHighLevel. So using the link in my description, now you can do 30 days of free trial with GoHighLevel. And I also listed all of the bonuses here. So you get access to my community, you get access to over 50 website templates, you get an onboarding call. So I listed all my bonuses here. And then with just one button, you can start the 30-day free trial with GoHighLevel. And now we can finally get started on the GoHighLevel updates this week. So we have some lots of data updates, lots of measurement updates this week. That's going to help with your analytics and understand your data. The first one is going to be inside the social planner. It's going to measure the link performance inside the social planner. So if you share a link on your Facebook post or your LinkedIn post, now you can see all of the data. So here are some screenshots if you go to your sub account and marketing. Under social planner statistics, you are going to see a link performance. And you are also going to see the breakdown by social platform. So Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, data from all of the platforms. You are going to see the time range as well. And it's going to be even more accurate because you can track by platform. Next, something that I also faced today when creating the workflows. So whenever you set up the conversation AI, now you are going to have the option to send bot to sleep whenever you manually respond to a message, or the workflow is going to message a contact. So here's an overview, and then here's how it's going to look like. So I zoom in so you can see, but it's basically under the bot settings. You have the option now to send bot to sleep whenever you send a message manually or through a workflow. So for example, in my case, I have follow-up text here, an SMS text, and I can send it as an option whenever I send this text. The AI should no longer follow up. But I don't have the AI after this step, so it's not going to happen anyway. But you can do it by going to marketing. Sorry, actually going to AI agents, and then under conversation AI, you can pick the chatbots you created. You can go to agent list, and then here's the agent you have, or the supported channels, and then under edit, you can set this up. You see here are all the features, and then here's the option to send bot to sleep whenever you send a message manually or through a workflow. So it's currently activated on mine, and it's also going to reactivate the bot after 2 hours. The next update that I also faced today, so if you are setting up SMS campaigns, you can do it under settings, and then you need to look for phone systems. So you can purchase phone numbers inside GoHighLevel that you can use to get inbound calls, or to send SMS follow-ups, or to message all your text campaigns. So I have a toll-free and a local phone number. It's super easy to buy. You just need to click add number, and then you can add a phone number, a number pool, or a caller ID. And now the verification became much easier, because if you go to Trust Center, here is where you need to verify your information. Here's the A2P messaging. You see it's already being approved on my end. The campaign status is in progress. But if, for example, you mess up your data, it costs some money. I think $22 is the first time, and once you need to resubmit again because you messed up something previously, you had to pay another $15. So now the resubmission fee is removed. So that's going to save some money for you if you mess up your data. Next, we also have some new templates as well. Every week we have new templates. This one specifically is for appliance repair. So great for anyone that's doing this. It's going to have the usual website, a funnel, a booking calendar where you can schedule an appointment, a link tree kind of design that you can share on your socials, and then also some ad templates that you can use on Google and Facebook as well. Next, we also have Google Form. Now inside the workflows, you can use it as actions or triggers. So this is something new. If you go to automation and then go to just select the workflow, you can also create a new workflow. Just going to select this one, email bounce. And now you can add a section and search for Google Forms. So now you can find with Google Forms, you can find the responses, find forms by name, and you can use follow-up and everything based on that. And then also under triggers, you are going to find the Google Forms. So whenever Google form is submitted, for example, you can send text messages or follow-ups to those contacts. And you can also pull contact information from the Google Forms. So it's a pretty nice update because previously GoHighLevel did not support Google Forms at all. Here's an example. So under actions, you have Google Forms, as I just showed you. The next one we have is for conversation views. So if you go to your conversations tab, and let's say you follow up with your leads manually, and there's a filter that you apply every time. For example, it's a tag saying call booked or called leads that needs to be followed up with. Now the way it worked is you had to go to create view and then select that the contact needs to have the following tag, and then you would have the list, and then you can do the follow-up. Now the problem was when you came back tomorrow to do the same, it never saved the filters. So you had to apply the same filters again and again. And now we finally have the options to save the filters. So if there's something that you regularly do, or how you regularly select your conversations or contacts, now you can finally save that as a view. And when you come back the next time, it's going to be saved, and then it's going to save some time again. So lots of updates with the data and time saving. Next, we also revamped the UI and the UX of the integration page. So it's not a huge difference compared to the previous one, but here's a preview of the integration tab. And now you can also search on the integration page. So it looks maybe a bit clearer and easier to oversee. So if you go to settings and then select integrations on the left side, now you'll have all of your options for the integrations. So you can connect your ad account, you can connect your Facebook page, your Facebook ad account, you can connect the Google business profile, Slack, everything else. And there's the new UI interface coming for this. You need to activate, if you are an agency owner, you need to go to agency view, and then again settings, and then under labs, you need to select this option. Yeah, all right. So I'm under labs, and from agency, so I delete the search. I went to the sub account level, and then here you can activate it for your agency and all of your sub accounts. So these are the new features. So I'll enable it for all of my sub accounts. You can be under my agency, so you can own a sub account. If you are part of the school group, the paid school group for 19 per month, you'll get a sub account. and you always get access to the latest features. So I'll activate the feature. So we just discussed the conversation views. You can save the filters. I'm going to activate it for all sub accounts. And enable for all of them and save. And next we have the revamped integration page. Yes, we can activate the feature. So select all the sub accounts and then save. Now it should be enabled for all the sub accounts. Yes. All right, yeah. So need to select all the sub accounts and then bulk actions enable access. So now it's activated for all sub accounts. Just in case I have more sub accounts coming in, it's going to be activated for all of those. And then here, if you are an agency owner, you can always find the latest updates that you can activate for yourself, for your clients. So now if we go back to the sub account level, we are going to see the latest updates. So again, go back, it was just activated. Go to settings and integrations. Oh, it's actually obvious because it looks much better. And then I can already see that this Google is not correct. I'll have to check this. And I'll have to add my Google business profile as well. Yes. Yeah, I need to enable the call tracking as well. And I can add a phone number. I need to go through all of these settings. But let me just connect my business account. All right, now it's being processed. And then the last update I have this week is the new analytics. So we have a new metric added, which is going to be the time on page or average time on site. Now you were able to see this previously if you use Google Analytics, but now it's going to be built inside GoHighLevel as well. So that's going to be helpful because you can understand the bounce rate, what happens. It's going to be important for your page. Here's an example page. You can again select the time frame. You are going to see the average time and also the percentage of performance compared to the previous time frame. And then you can also see the bounce rate of how many people exited before 30 seconds. So for this, you need to open the site analytics and then select the average time on page view, and then it's automatically going to be selected. Now I just recently moved my website from a funnel to a website actually inside GoHighLevel, so I don't think I have many data on this yet, but we'll check this the next week. So what happens if I just go to sites and let's see analytics now. So it's going to be showing for all funnels. You can also check for your blogs. So for example, last 10 days. Oh no, I don't think it's correct. Yeah, last 14 days. So for example, my blog had 262 page views, lots of page views in the last couple of days. And then you can see where they clicked. The top performing blog posts, for example, in my blog, the meta ads are performing better than anything else. Most of the views are coming from the desktop. And let's see some website performance, for example. So I just recently moved mine. So yeah, I'm only getting page views from the last 2 days. I can see the opt-in conversion rate. So for example, was the percentage of people who book a call, how many opt-ins I actually had, and how many page views I had. So average time is not so much. I see that they are visiting the main website coming from Chrome, and then most of the visits are coming from the US. And then now here's the breakdown. I had paid search traffic, so I'm running Google ads. I have social media, organic search as well. So it's nice that you can do the breakdown. No video engagement because I don't really have videos on my website. So it's great. These analytics are going to be nice. Now next week, when I have the next live call, I'm not going to have another live call this week, except in the school community. So I'll actually have another co-working hour inside the school group in 2.5 hours. So it's inside the calendar. So if you are watching from the school group, you see at 6 p.m. my time, we have a co-working session where you can join, we can just chat and work together. And I'll add the calls for next week. So I usually have 1 or 2 live calls every week that's like this on YouTube. You can ask your questions. And then I have calls specifically for the school group that you can only join inside the school with a specific school URL. You can also add these to your calendar. And I had a couple of reach outs asking for voice AI and then conversation AI on how you can set these up, for some tutorials that you can send to your team. So I'm going to be working on those, as well as finishing up my snapshots that I'm going to share with you. So those are coming in the next weeks, in the next calls. I'm going to schedule the next live call for the YouTube account. So that's all for today. If you have any more questions, just drop them in the YouTube chat. Otherwise, I'm going to end the call and I'll talk to you next week. Take care.